Hey, what's going on, guys? Aarava here, and welcome back to another episode of my F1 2018 Alfa Romeo Fantasy Career Mode here on Motorsport Manager. We're back with round number 7 then today for the Canadian Grand Prix. And going to this one, we're going to be doing some HQ upgrades. Last episode, if you haven't seen that, by the way, be sure to go to see that one before you check out this one. Great episode that was. A really fantastic race towards the end around South Africa, Cape Town. But in that episode, I asked you guys what we should do. What next building should we purchase for the HQ? I think it's about time now we buy a new building. We're about halfway through the season nearly, and we've got a decent amount of money in the tank. 14.3. We're spending 8 to 9 million. We've still got some decent money to work with, and really at the moment we're waiting anyway for a little bit for 33 days till the gearbox is being done. So we may as well go and get a new HQ kind of upgrade basically for the car, for the team, I should say. So in terms of what you guys were going for, it seemed like kind of the general consensus was either getting the test track or the forecasting center, and then also maybe the tour center, some of you were saying was maybe useful. I mean, that's 50k per race. It costs 1.5 million. That takes like at least a season basically to pay off. So at this stage, I don't see the point in it, so I'm not going to go for the tour center, but the test track or the forecasting center. Now, the forecasting center gets done in 16 weeks' time, and that obviously gives us the forecast improvement, so we can see a little further ahead. We've got the Canadian Grand Prix coming, and apparently there's actually going to be some rain in the Canadian Grand Prix, so that could help us in the race. But at the same time, I feel like, we kind of pretty well second-guess where the weather's going to go. Yeah, we've got it wrong a few times, and that's hindered us maybe once or twice, but we've had a lot more wins than we have losses in terms of correctly predicting the weather, kind of correctly using the weather to our advantage. So there are a few kind of cons of, is it really necessary for us? Whereas the test track, once it gets built, opens us up to, potentially making a great engine, and also improves the driver cornering and driver overtaking rate, which is always a good thing. We've got pretty young drivers, obviously a very young driver with Charles Leclerc, and a pretty young driver with Sainz, all things, given, and so improving those two is always a positive there. In terms of the engine, we haven't done anything on the engine so far, I don't think, this season. So in terms of that, this could give us the motivation then to really start getting a move on with upgrades to the engine. Of course, a little bit long term, looking to the end of this season, then we want to hopefully make a step up on the engine, and we're going to need a high-ish kind of number in terms of the engine stat that we've got at the moment. The engine stat, well, I can't look at it at the moment. We have to move forward a little bit, 1 or 2 more days till the car repair's done. Then we can actually look at it. Here we go. So the highest engine we've got at the moment is 1034. We've had that since the beginning now. So if we actually start working on that with the HQ in mind, that's going to come in. Start getting iterations done of the the average, then the good, and then obviously the great comes in. It has that long-term benefit. So I think we're going to go for the test track. I think that's a positive way, and that improvement rate's also just an instant kind of added on that will come with it once it gets built. It's going to take 24 weeks, so it's quite a wait, but I think it's worth it. And also, if we're talking about quite a wait, it's 30 weeks for things like the factory and design center, and we kind of sat through that. We made it through, so yeah, let's go for it. Buy the test track. Let's do it. 8 million. 24 weeks, yeah, let's do that. Put in the books, and so we're left with 6.326 million. Within 2 races, we would have earned back what we'll have for building this test track. So there you go. They're starting construction on what looks like kind of the set of Making of a Murderer. I'm going to be honest, but there you go. They're going to start making it. Right, let's move forward then into the episode. Obviously, I just said we got the gearbox on the build, so we can't really do too much. So honestly, we're just moving through the motions here. At the moment, I'm improving the reliability and also the performance. We kind of got half and half. We'll pretty much be done actually on suspension. I think that's good enough, isn't it? Yeah, it is. So let's remove. Let's keep that on. We'll just add a few things, but kind of move it to more performance. So what else do I want to do? May as well do the other suspension maybe then. What else can I actually look at? Gearbox maybe a little bit improvement on the gearbox, and then the brakes could do a bit of work there, but we're going to move it to, yeah, pretty much 19-1 there, so a lot more on performance, trying to improve that gearbox and the front wing we made. And also, why aren't we should put the suspension on there as well. So the front wing we've got working on, there's still quite a bit to go on that actually. Brakes, what we're working on. That's pretty close to the max, so we'll take that off and I'll put on this suspension. So working on the brand new gearbox, rear wing suspension, and working on the original front wing, but it's still got a decent amount to 726 to 740, decent jump there. So working on that 19-1. So click continue, and pretty much we don't really have much else to do. Really got a few emails there. We've got political votes coming up there. Spec gearboxes on agenda for the GMA. So actually that was one of you guys wanted to know what the GMA votes were coming up. So there you go. We've got the spec gearboxes on the agenda. Future ones coming up. We've got refueling to come in, and then energy recovery systems banned, which is quite interesting. We've also got email. Excellent work on our team's marketability. Okay, thank you. What is it? It's 86%, or pretty much 87 if you round up. So, yeah, decent. Right, so we've got the political vote coming up. So spec gearboxes. Useful, I would say, for us. I mean, spec anything would be useful for us as a, lower end to midfield team. Spec anything where we're getting the same equipment as the top teams is always a good thing, really. Obviously, once we become a top team, that might not be so great. But, that's, 2 seasons to go, maybe, at the minimum. So, I would say spec gearboxes is interesting. We've got 3 against 2 for, so I could be a deciding factor, but generally it's saying the rule will not benefit traditional teams, and me included. It would be useful, but at the same time, I would maybe want to abstain, just because I think something like the ERS would potentially be quite a big thing to rule on, I think. But we do have 2 votes to play with, so it's like, I would keep the 2 votes anyway. So if I just go vote for, I would still keep the voting power that I've got of 2 extra. I'm just voting in for this. So, you know what, we'll go for it. We'll go for 4. I've still got 2 in the bank. I'm not going to use them right now because it's not although it could be useful, I don't think it's crucial. Yeah, I think the ERS thing may be a little bit more of intrigue to us, potentially. Really, honestly, the biggest thing that I would go all hell's bar for would be an engine spec rule kind of freeze. But obviously, the last time we actually proposed that, last season, that got kind of brushed off the table. So we're going to go for 4, but only 1 vote. So let's continue on, and let's see. Skip to the end then. Probably, most likely, it's going to go to waste, maybe. Oh, Jean Todt has to decide again. Rejected. What is it? Honestly, pause. What is this? The last 3 votes have been decided by Jean flippin' Todt. There's a conspiracy going on here, mate. There's a conspiracy going on with the GMA. Jean Todt's getting his nose in there for 3 votes now. Like, what is this shit? What is this? Right, he's voted against and he's the deciding vote, so it's not going to happen. I'm just looking at his face, his little grinning face. He's up to no good. He's up to no good. I'm going to start the conspiracy theories in the paddock right now. He's up to no good. Right, okay, let's go on to the Canadian Grand Prix. Conspiracies aside, we've got rain coming from practice, clear qualifying, rain in the race. So we'll go for a decent amount of ultra softs and a decent amount of soft tires there. You know what? Let's yeah, we'll go. That was a weird sound. Let's stick that on 5, 4, 6. Because if there is rain, you want the soft tire to go the distance. Part fitting wise, I think we're all fine, really. We can fit that new suspension now, though, that I couldn't fit before. So we're going to give that to Leclerc, and then we're going to give we're going to stay with what we've got for Sainz, because we actually had the better one for Sainz anyway. So we'll give the better one to Leclerc, kind of evens it out, because I think we've given the better gearbox in the rear wing to Sainz. So it kind of goes 2 for 2 there. So we'll continue on, and we'll head off to practice. Right, send the boys out on the dry tyres, although there may be some rain impending. So may as well just go as quick as we can, really, on this. But it may be another frustrating practice session in terms of the knowledge. Yeah, the rain's going to start coming down just pretty much as soon as we get 1 lap done there. I would say, or 1 or 2 laps done. Yeah, pretty much 1 lap once we're basically in and we do the setup work here. So let's hope this setup's a good one to kick things off, because then we might have to switch on to the wets, and then it'll just be about trying to get any kind of knowledge we can do. Coming in, though, ooh, very nice stuff. 2 excellents and a great straight away for Sainz. 1 excellent, 1 great, and 1 good. So a little bit of tweaking needed for Leclerc, but pretty much bang on already, I would say, with Sainz. So looking at the rain, let's just send him out on inters then, I guess. I mean, it's getting a little bit damp, so by the time he goes out, though, he'll be damp enough for the inters. So send him out on inters. We'll go only for 4 laps, because I think it's going to get to 4 wets then, so I might need to switch him up. But 97% off the bat. Pretty good guesswork there, so we'll send him out with Leclerc. A little bit of tweaking needed on the suspension, I would suspect. We've got a very hard suspension here, just going off what we remember, but we're going to go, okay, so we need to tweak that a little bit. It's actually not suspension, I should say, just the gear ratio. So let's go for something like that, maybe, just on the cusp of what he needs. We'll send him out again. Right, we're going to bring in Leclerc to once again do the setup work. We'll just let Sainz pound round then on the Inter, so we'll go back to Leclerc, focusing on him. He comes in the pits, please. Is it going to be a good one? It is. There we go. 2 excellence and a great. Boom. Got it. Right. So, looks like it's going to go to full wets, actually. A lot of full wet period then. Right. So I'm going to send Leclerc out then on full wets already. May as well. It'll be a little bit useless right now, but it'll save me time being in the pit lane, basically. So I'll do 12 laps on full wet tyres, send him out, and with Sainz, we'll bring him in the next lap or two. Pretty much, I would say... yeah, now, after this lap. So Leclerc is the only one on full wets right now, but he's going to be in prime position now to go straight out there, do the business, whereas everyone else has to come in and switch in. So Sainz is in. We'll just slow that down. A lot of people still on bloody dry tyres. I don't know if that's a bit of a weird glitch with AI, but we'll send him out on an 8-lap stint just in case this goes the distance here. I think it might do, actually. We've got 5 flipping bars of full wet rain, so we're definitely going to get some full wet tyre knowledge here. Let's hope we can actually use it in the race, huh? Otherwise, it may be utterly useless. Utterly useless. We've got, going back to Inters then, so we'll get at least 1 level, I would say, on the wet tyres, and then go back to Inters, maybe get 1 level of Inters. So we'll have a decent, deck of cards of Inters and wets, but nothing on the dry tyres, unfortunately. So again, it may be a bit of a frustrating qualifying for us with no knowledge. Now, I can't remember. Did we have no knowledge last time? I can't remember for the life of me. It's been 3 days. I'm not that great at short-term memory. Right, we're going to bring Sainz in. Where is Leclerc on track? He's also, you can bring him in as well. And we're going to both go on Inters then. So pretty good timing on where they are on the circuit here. So Sainz in, slow that down, pause that actually. And then we're going to go straight away 4 laps. Inters, send out again. And then focus on Leclerc. He's going to come in. Perfect timing there. Going to go send out 4 laps. Inters, send out. Right. And we're going to get level 1 on the Inters then, I would say. And then we could maybe get level 1 the dries, actually. So literally, we'll have a nice even spread in our selection. Right, going to bring Leclerc in. We're going to send him out on the dry tyres right now. We'll let Sainz pound around for a little bit longer on those Inters. We'll send him out on the soft tyres he was on before. And Carlos, are you going to get the Inters? Yes, he has done. He's just ticked over for level 1. So he can come in now as well. And then we will, I don't know, just about get level 1 on soft tyres, I hope. Right, pause, send out. There we go. Soft tyres again, send out, and after all of this, we'll still get level 3 in race trim. So that's a big thumbs up there. That despite the spread out of tyre knowledge, we'll get level 3 in race trim, which is pretty much a big importance, obviously, for the race. Oh, it's raining again. Oh, the dry tyre stint's going to be a little bit slow at the end here, but we'll just about maybe get there. Yes, we will. There we go. And thus concludes the most spread out... that slowed down. Oh, God. There we go. The knowledge slowed right down there at the end there on the soft tyres. Jesus. Right. Bring them in. There's no point keeping them out there. But thus concludes the most spread out kind of practice session I've ever had, really, in terms of all the knowledge gained. But we're ready for any situation that may come up. You know, if the game wants to lie to us and it's not dry quali, we are ready. So, Vaganda, is it clear? Are the skies clear? I think they are. I think they are. So the game has not lied to us right now, at the beginning at least. Is there rain to come? I can't tell, but I don't think there will be. I'm confident there hopefully won't be. This is when I cut to the rain coming down, but we'll go for the... well, we can't really go for actually much, actually. We don't have very useful knowledge here. May as well go for soft and Inters, just in case. Just in case there's an Inters period, but obviously since it's going to start off dry, pretty much the fast lap's going to be set at the beginning if it does start raining right now. But start qualifying then, I'm going to send out Leclerc first, because he's been doing a pretty damn good job, and he got unfortunate last race. With how the race ended. We kept him out there. We thought we would go for the risky stay out there. In the end, it was better to come in rather than stay out, which is ironic because it was basically the opposite of how my driver ended up being. Right, we're going to get perfect and overheated for Leclerc. There's going to be a bit of a gap here, I think I can see with Sainz. So we're going to send him out now on Ultra Softs. Send him out. Is he going to get that gap I thought was there? Yes, he is. Right, speed away. Right, perfect and overheated for Sainz as well. At the moment, Leclerc just sets his lap time. We're going to stow and ball with Sainz here. Let's see if he's got a decent amount of space. I think he does. Yeah, looks like he's got pretty decent amount of clean air. On the mini-map, yeah, he's got a very good amount, so he's going to hopefully get in a good lap here, unlike last time where he kind of bottled the first lap. So at the moment, Leclerc is coming in for his in-lap then, and we can send him out probably straight away. He's got a good gap there. But Sainz going to be across the line, and it's going to be, ooh, they're very, very close. Both of them very equally matched there, 15/16. We're going to send Leclerc out straight away. Yeah, let's send him out straight away. I think there's lots of people coming in, so we'll send him out straight away. And so in theory, he'll come out on a pretty open bit of track. Yeah, I think so. That's pretty open there. So we'll wait a little bit longer then. Obviously, Sainz doesn't come in, but then we'll wait a little bit. Track grip's going to go up and up and up. So we'll save Sainz's last lap right till when the track grip's at the highest there. Right, perfect and overheated again for Leclerc. He's got a decent amount of space, although I just saw a Force India come out there, so he might catch him up on the lap. Meanwhile, though, with Carlos Sainz, let's just wait in the garage and tentatively wait for the right time. I think there's enough space here. I think this is the time now to come here to go out. Track grip's going up and up and up. 3 minutes. Yeah, let's go for it. Let's go for it right now. I think this is the best timing. I think. Yeah, pretty much. There's a pack in front of us, but we just got ahead of some guys on their lap there. So I think that's probably the best time. At the moment, Leclerc just set his lap time, and he's in P16 there. So good job. Right behind Alonso, literally within the same 10th there. So hopefully Sainz can do the same. Perfect and overheated for Sainz. We're so close to getting perfect on the brakes there. So close. But let's see. Hopefully he does a good lap time here. So we're going to just follow him on. Hopefully we see nothing but green sectors. We've got a Ferrari right behind us that might hinder us a little bit if he catches us in a straight line. Let's see. First sector green. Good signs there. Please be green in the second. The Ferrari's attacking us somewhat in the second sector green. So even though the Ferrari's battling us and he's going to try and overtake us here, it's going to be green. Hopefully going to be improvement from 21st across the line. Oh my. What a lap there from Carlos Sainz. 9th place. Go on, son. 9th place. Very decent. 5/10 faster than Leclerc, despite Leclerc getting the brand new suspension there as well. Obviously, probably not that crucial around Canada, but very good lap. So waiting till the end for the track grip really did help Sainz there. And just about having some clean air. Obviously, the Ferrari did kind of try to overtake him right at the end there, but very decent lap. Very decent lap. Okay, 9th and 18th. I think we can still work with that. Leclerc's had some great starts, remember. He's got that perk as well of being good at starts. So let's hope that comes into fruition. And let's see if we can have another good race like we had kind of at Cape Town. Obviously half and half, but pretty entertaining race. So let's hope for another entertaining one, I should say. Right, it's going to start raining at the beginning. It is raining. It's going to be inters pretty much for the first 8 laps. So safe to say it's going to be, there's no going to be kind of question about what we're doing there in that sense. So in terms of the knowledge then, at Cape Town, light-footed worked really well for us with Sainz. So we're going to go for light-footed. For Leclerc, we'll just go for the performance on intermediate. I'm not too sure how much rain there's going to be. There might be more to come because it was, you remember, a heavy rain icon for the race predicted. So there could be more rain to come. So we'll just go for the performance on intermediates and hope that can help him out. Especially the start here, obviously having a good start and get away on lap 1. Hopefully the extra boost on Inter's pace can help him. But yeah, light-footed worked really well for Carlos Sainz last race. So we're going to go for that. So let's go to the race then and get into this and see. I'm very curious to see what Sainz can do from 9th place on the grid as we go to 5 red lights to the Canadian Grand Prix. And we're underway. Going to go on attack straight away. Put that on auto there. And let's see. So Sainz at the moment gets pushed out for 10th place there. Leclerc goes a little bit backwards in P20 and then comes back into it, P19. Meanwhile, Sainz still in P11, so he's dropped back there 2 places from where he started. But I'm going to keep on board with Leclerc here because he's the more interesting of the two, really, in terms of how many positions he can maybe gain here. Sainz up into 10th, or trying to get up into 10th. Meanwhile, Leclerc pushing around the outside of the guy. I'm just not even going to try and pronounce his name, to be honest, but he's passed him there down the inside. Nice little move there for Leclerc, so he's up into 18th place. Meanwhile, though, for Carlos Sainz, where is he then? 10th place. I can't really see where on earth he is. He's trying to battle. This is Felipe Massa and Sergio Perez using plenty of ERS there. He's on auto, so that's the computer doing it. So computer thinks it's about time. And there you go, down the inside of 2. 2 cars, 3. Oh, it's a 3-car overtake there, up into 7th place there for Carlos Sainz, maybe 4. Oh my god, what is he doing? He's driving like an absolute god. It's 3 wide there with the Ferrari and Toro Rosso. Absolute scenes here today. He's overtaken 4. Could it be 5? I think it could be. It's 5. It's a 5-car overtake there, and he's up into P5. Oh my god, Carlos Sainz has done bits, but Leclerc also into 15th place. Both our drivers doing absolute God's work here in the Inter's conditions. Tally-ho, lads. Tally-ho. Right, going to go down to high. Let's calm down a little bit. Go back down to earth. Sainz gets overtaken by Raikkonen and calm things down. We were on a lot higher fuel mixture than I think most people were. But now we're going to go neutral and try and save the tyres, obviously, because the rain... Inters looks to be going a long way, so probably a very good idea that we're on the what do you call it, light-footed for Carlos Sainz. That's going to really help out there, but for Leclerc, that might be an issue in terms of getting to the next period. Whatever the period is, whether it be another set of Inters, full wets, dries, whatever it is, it might be a struggle for Leclerc because he's going to wear out his tyres a little bit longer, but at the moment, he's doing a decent job to match Sainz there. Just about. A few percentage, obviously, but he is battling a few more cars there because he's right behind Hartley. Hopefully we can overtake him soon enough. We're on... everyone's on the same fuel mixture. I was about to say we're maybe on higher fuel mixture than others people. We're pretty much on the same fuel mixture as everyone else. So, at the moment, a little bit of a stalemate. But into the hairpin. Let's see. Could he do something? Yes, he can. Oh, into the chicane. Goes side by side down the inside. And it's a lovely move. Lovely, lovely move. And we're getting really lucky in terms of when I'm looking at them. They appear to be making some moves. Decent stuff. So we'll fast forward a little bit and we'll move it on and try and push away from Hartley, who's being attacked right now by Kramer there, or Crayhammer, I should say, in the McLaren there. And Leclerc is getting away by 8/10. Meanwhile, for Sainz, staying put in 6th, and he's actually keeping Raikkonen honest here at the moment, and his pace is very decent to say he's on neutral. Obviously, though, fuel is an issue here. At Canada, fuel is quite crucial. I forgot about that. Last time we were at the Canadian Grand Prix, I should say, we did have an issue with that. So I'm going to go neutral for Sainz. Actually, I'll keep it on high for Leclerc because he's still obviously trying to make some overtakes and get away from Hartley. So we'll keep on high for now. But once he gets to -1, I'll put him on neutral. Same for Sainz. If he goes down to -0.5, I'll put him back up to high. But I want to try and keep that a little bit, there's no point putting him high right now because he's pretty comfortable being sat behind Raikkonen. Right, Sainz losing a little bit of time here, so we're going to go high with Leclerc. He's only -0.77, and we're putting him on high on the pushing on the tyres as well, because we're closing up now to Kobayashi. And also, if you look at the weather, it looks like it might get dry by lap 14, so could afford to push a little bit harder with Leclerc, come in a little bit earlier and kind of make a risky early pit stop onto dries. With Carlos Sainz, I'm going to keep a little bit of tyre wear in bay, and just kind of wait for, because you can see there's a scrap there from 3rd to 5th. So a little bit patient, let the tyres cool down a tad, then really push on them, let them heat up. But we've got plenty of temperature there to work with. So we're closing up now on the Renault of Kobayashi. We're going to make a move around the outside. Leclerc is maybe going to go for it. Doesn't work out right now. But as we go into the chicane, I'm going to take this off auto. As we go into the chicane, I'm going to use the ARS. Let's push in a little bit. And we're going to close up in the hairpin. Then on the straight, we're going to use another hit of ERS to try and get past. Here we go. There we go. Nice overtake there. Back on auto. And we're past Kobayashi. Kobayashi getting right up the gearbox, though. Might make a move back here. So let's use some more ERS to defend. Oh, no. I have to use all the ERS. All of it, pretty much, to defend from Kobayashi. But we do stay ahead now. We'll go back to neutral, though, because the tire's starting to heat up a little bit too much. But we're now tucked up right behind Romain Grosjean. Whereas with Carlos Sainz, we're P6 still. Raikkonen, he's getting away with a little bit, but you can see that three-way scrap I was talking about is still going to blows, and Raikkonen actually going side by side with Verstappen there. So now, I think it's the time to go a little bit pushing with Sainz now. Meanwhile, with Leclerc, he's being overtaken now by Kobayashi. He's back down to 14th place in a straight line, though. Look at that. Looks like we just have maybe enough legs on the Renault. Let's see. Does he get him onto the inside? It's Kobayashi on the outside. Oh, little pinch there. That would have definitely been a crash if it was a Codemasters F1 game there and you're actually driving. Okay, 36% worn. That's quite a lot of tyre wear now. Right, we're going to go conservative now with Leclerc. I think it's the time to go conservative medium. Save the tyre wear. Go full saving mode with him. Right, worn tyres for Leclerc now on lap 10. Water still out on track with 30% worn. We can keep on going with him, and with Sainz for sure we can keep on going. And we have obviously some tyre wear in the tank to push a little bit. I want to basically go full out attack for Sainz on the last 2 laps that he's going to come in. Whereas with Leclerc, probably not doing that, but just trying to stretch it as much as we can. Oh, Leclerc is being now attacked by Lynn. We've already been overtaken by Hartley now. We're going down the order with Leclerc because his tyres are going off the cliff. 24%. What's Hartley's like? 30%. He's got an injury, Hartley has. 30%, 26%. So not exactly the same as us. Grosjean's got 19% and he's going to come in. I would say let's go with Grosjean. Let's pit in with Grosjean. Use all the ARS then. Pit in. And I think it's going to be a soft tar kind of vibe. I mean, super soft to go 12 laps. You're thinking 12 to 24. It could start raining by 24. But the thing is, the tar's going to wear out before 24. So that's why we're going to go softs. And we're going to lean on them a little bit harder. Good old Mark Webber style. Right, pit strategy. We're going to go for fast. We got a little bit of a risk. Ooh, actually quite a big risk there. We'll go for balance there. That's quite a big risk there with Leclerc. Actually, you know what? The one we should be taking risk with is Leclerc. We shouldn't be taking risk with Sainz's pit stop because he's in a really good position. So we'll take a risk with Leclerc. Recharge that and soft tires. Right, pits in. He's coming in this lap then with Grosjean. So he's in. It's going to start getting damper and damper by the second. So I would say in the next lap we're going to start already pushing Sainz then on his lap there. But in... No mistake, please. Yes, no mistake. Good stuff. Back on auto here. Going to go on medium on the outlap. We're going to go pushing on the tyres. And I'm going to lean on them. And we're out in 23rd. Right. Tally-ho, Leclerc. Tally-ho. Right. Meanwhile, with Sainz, we're going to start pushing. Overtake. Yeah, the dampness is really coming down now. Are these guys going to pit? Doesn't look like it. No, they're not. Right. That's an indication. Right. We're going full out attack now. Sainz, please. Full out attack. We're going to use ERS for you on this next lap here as we come through to the hairpin. Worn tyres. Yes, I know, mate. But you're going to use the tyre wear, remember? So coming through the hairpin, use ERS all the way down this straight. Really push it on there. Use a lot of it. They're going to save a little bit of a boost for the last straight as we come through now. Yes, I know. Don't worry. Right, use ERS as we come through. Pit in. Going to go soft tyres. Park conditions fine. Recharge those batteries 100%. Pit strategy fast. Pits. Leclerc, where are you? Right, your tyres are really starting to heat up though, mate. So we're going to go neutral and try and bring those down, hopefully. But go back to Leclerc, go back to Sainz, and we're going to come in now. P4. Right, we're in P5. We're times 4, I should say, on the speedo. Auto. Medium, pushing. And we are out in 8th at the moment. And we're in softs. And not many other people apart from Verstappen and Gasly have joined us on softs. And Grosjean. Right, interesting. Right, oh, we go around the outside, though, of a Ferrari nearly. Oh, now look at that. 4 cars so close together. Down the inside, then, of the guys still on Inters. That was Massa. Right, do we use a bit of ERS here, maybe? Maybe we do. Go neutral. Let's use some ERS down this straight. So we maybe close up on the Red Bull. Close right up there. But the other Ferraris come out ahead of us. So we're going to remain in P6. But we're right up the chuff of Verstappen. Let's use some ERS here. Out of the hairpin. Doesn't have enough legs to catch up to the Red Bull. Well, we're sticking with him at least. That's promising. Right, meanwhile, Leclerc, he's in 14th place. Behind Ocon, Perez, Kobayashi. But we have overtaken Hartley, effectively. We've got an undercut on Hartley. Right, I'm going to pretty much keep them on auto at the moment. We've got Ocon, who we've overtaken here. He's going down the inside of Leclerc. But it looks like the tyre temps aren't shooting up majorly on neutral. So we're going to keep them on neutral and also for the fuel because we have to save the fuel. I'd rather do it now than at the end because if there is some rain at the end or just another pit stop at the end, that's, you know, we're going to want to have some fuel at the end there. So going to just sit back and relax now a little bit with Leclerc and Sainz, just watch what happens and I'll keep you updated if anything majorly changes. But I think Leclerc may bounce up and down a little bit there in terms of his position because the guys around him are pushing on fuel there or thereabouts. Yeah, you can see there Leclerc just went down to 14th momentarily, got back up into to 13th. He's having a real good scrap here with Ocon, I should say, but it's kind of getting annoying here. Should we use some ERS to get away from him? Let's use some ERS here. I timed that. That's the worst timing in the world. Ocon had a great run there, and the ERS I'd sort of helped. Now we're trying to battle Grosjean, maybe. Ocon comes back. This is quite annoying here. It's a great battle, but it's not doing any great justice for our tyre wear or the strategy here. Come on, ERS. There we go. Get in the middle of them, and we're up into P12. Right, continue on like that, and the Force India's coming down our chuff. Right, you know what? Screw the fuel save. We're going to use a bit of fuel to get away from them. God damn it. Right, at the moment, 13 laps to go, so we're still in P12 now. We overtook, obviously, Grosjean Ocon. We're sort of semi-catching up to Perez. We were rapidly actually catching up to him, but now it's kind of neutralized, so gap's kind of remaining there. So I'm hoping we can get him, you know, eventually. And then Kobayashi there and Super Softs is interesting in P10 because he's going to have to pit for sure before us. Meanwhile, with Sainz, he's in P6 and pretty much in no man's land at the moment, thankfully. some way ahead of Hulkenberg. Got plenty of ERS there and a lot of tyre wear in the tank. And he's pretty much, I've been on neutral, and you can see he's got extra fuel to burn with 12 laps to go. He's looking breezy, and it looks like it might be dry to the end. So I might even try and stretch this all the way to the end of the race. It's going to be a big ask for Sainz, but if he could do it, it could be quite amazing, maybe. Could be quite amazing. Meanwhile, Leclerc, he's definitely not going to go to the end. But he's looking good for tyre wear in terms of pushing at the end of his stint. And also on fuel, we're not too bad there. We're saving fuel right now, and we're still in the same gap as Perez, you can see there visually. I think Perez looks the same gap, so looking good, looking good. I'm just waiting. I'm anxious if there's going to be some last-minute rain. That just comes out of nowhere, just like, here you go, in your face. So as soon as we get confirmation about that, then I can start maybe pushing Leclerc for that pit stop we know we're going to make eventually. Right, we've got a few pit stops here for Hulkenberg and Massa. So we are going to just get behind Hulkenberg there. So we're interesting. We're not ahead of him as he's pit. And we're in high fuel at the moment. We've got Ricciardo right behind us on worn tyres. He's going to go down our inside very easily here. Doesn't look like it's going to rain. So I think we should pit in now, attack and overtake mode, and really start pushing with Leclerc. And probably come in on the next 2 laps. Right, going to use all the RS here. We are going to pit in with Leclerc now onto Ultras go 10 laps. We've got 8 laps. We got how many laps? We've got 7 laps to go. No rain's coming. Yeah, Ultras then. Leclerc, Ultras. Let's see how you go on those. Add the charge. He's got... How much tyre has he got right now, to be fair? How much tyre is there? 30%. He's gained 1.1, though. He's gained quite a lot on that lap. So, I think it's just let's just call it a good in-lap then. We'll go for a fast pit stop because he's not in the points right now. So, we need to risk it and try and get him in the points if we can. So, we're going to come in now, use all the ARS in for the pit stop here. And it's going to be a good one, no mistakes. He comes out then in P17, but now he's got those fresh Ultras. Let's see what he can do. We're going to have to go medium, though, because he's a little bit iffy on fuel, because obviously we pushed the fuel there. Meanwhile, with Sainz, he's still P6. So he didn't gain anything there. He didn't gain a single position. Everyone else was further ahead enough. They didn't gain a position there on the soft tyres. So even though we might go to the end of this race, I'm still thinking about it. He's not going to gain much. So I think really, maybe, honestly, we should pit. What's the gap? It's Hulkenberg is going to... Ooh, Hulkenberg might jump us here, you know. Hulkenberg might do this. Hulkenberg might jump us if we pit. If I pit right now, where are we going to come out? If I go on Ultras, park conditions fine, recharge the battery, fast pit stop, where would I come out? I would come out in 7th. I'll be battling Hulkenberg, and I'll be battling Gasly. Okay. 38% wear. We've got 6 laps to go. That just doesn't make maths. That's not quick maths. So, I think we have to come in with Sainz as well. I mean, there's no point staying out because we haven't gained anything. I thought I was going to stay out because we could have maybe jumped, I don't know, Verstappen or Raikkonen. But I don't think we might jump Raikkonen. No, we're not. He's going to come out of the pit lane right now. So, yeah, we're not going to jump anyone. So, may as well pit now and cover off Hulkenberg and Gasly, who we're fighting for P6. So, we're going to come in, Ultras, park condition is all good, recharge, fast pit stop. Please don't make any mistakes. We can't have a mistake on this pit stop here. All right, we're in. Please, 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 please. Yes, no mistake there. Auto, going to use plenty of fuel. We're out in 10th, so that was a huge miscalculation there by the pit stops. We're 2 positions behind Hulkenberg, but we've got Ultras, and we've got a lot of fuel to burn. So let's go, Sainz. Let's do this thing. Right, here goes Sainz right behind the Force India here. Let's use some ERS to close up if we can, please. Come on. Oh, there we go. Down the inside. Yes, there we go. Come on. Come on. Yes, there we go. Up into P7 now. Next up is Hulkenberg. No. Bloody Force India comes back. That straight line speed's deadly by the Force India. And he's not even going to... He's coming in. What a twat. What a twat and a half. He's not even in. Right, overtake mode. Let's go on the fuel. Big, big fuel. Let's catch up. We've only got 3 laps here, please. So we need to desperately catch up to Hulkenberg. Yellow flags. No overtaking Sector 2. But keep it going, please. Right, high fuel mixture for Leclerc. He's in P13. Oh, don't pit. P13 for Leclerc. Where is he? Right, we're going to slow this down. Pause. Right, Leclerc is behind. He's going to overtake Perez. The next car up is Ricciardo for Leclerc. So, pretty much Leclerc's kind of best of the rest in this kind of thing from all the people who start a little bit lower than him. The tyre wear is a little bit... it's on the teetering edge of overheating there for him. He's got fuel to burn. Sainz definitely has fuel to burn. And Hulkenberg's only just up the road. I'm really confident still we can catch him here. Come on, man, come on. We've not gained a lot there. We've not gained a lot. Right, it's time to attack now. It's time to go full out attack. Overtake mode. Use some ERS here. Let's close up to Hulkenberg now. We've got the final lap, so it's time to shred the tyres, really. You too, Leclerc. You too. Let's go full out attack mode, and let's just see what you can do on the last lap of the Grand Prix. We'll go medium now, because you're a little bit iffier on fuel compared to Sainz, who can use the pushing and is okay with it. He's gained a little bit there on Hulkenberg. We're gaining. Let's go on high fuel mixture. Use some ERS as we close up now to the next lap. Come on, keep it going. Right, 2/10 gain. Come on, the last lap of the Grand Prix, please. God damn it. This will be so frustrating if we don't get him. ERS, come on. Right, overtake mode. Come on, please. Please. Oh, we're so iffy on the fuel. Going back and forth. And we're not going to do it. They're not going to do it. It's not. God damn it. 7th place, not 6th. That pit stop, man. That pit stop. The miscalculation. I trusted the bloody engineer where we were going to come out. And it said 8th. And it came out in 10th. And Perez, we had to fight with him. He made a pit stop and we had to fight with him. That fight did not help. We would have come 6th if it wasn't for it. So, it's another good points paying position, but frustrating times there with Sainz. We should have come 6th. And then Leclerc, I mean, he did a good job to recover from where he was in quali to P13, but ultimately just the tyre wear that he has, like the more tyre wear, because he didn't have that live-footed trait on the Inters, so he just couldn't take it long enough, and so that kind of forced our hand to go earlier on every pit stop, and so he was kind of out of sync in terms of when he had the pace, basically. He did a good job, remember, he had to overtake Hartley, Grosjean, Lynn. He was fighting Kramer at the beginning as well, so he did a lot of overtaking there, so props to him for getting that far, actually. So, he did a good job as well, just, started a bit further back, so can't have every single time being double points, but still we scored points there. So in terms of how things pan out there, constructors-wise, we're 29, 41 points. Did Massa score points then? Yes, he did. He scored 2. We scored more than him, so we gained 4 points on Williams there. Again, 4 points on Williams, so pretty decent. So we're within now, we're within 12 points now of Williams. Pretty good, actually. I think that's doable. I think we could realistically catch Williams. We just need to keep up the consistency here, and I think we're good to hopefully keep Renault behind. They're on 12 points, so they are gaining points steadily, but they're not getting any huge like P3s, which is the good thing there. So let's remain optimistic about catching Williams and at least keeping 6th. But overall, I would say a decent race. Definitely a lot of action again with Sainz at the beginning in that first stint there. And again, almost like Cape Town, frustrating times kind of just watching right at the end there, the death of it. Just couldn't make that move on the last lap of the Grand Prix. But obviously, rolling in the money, 4 million taken in there that race. So we're only one race away from making all the money back on the test track. But guys, if you have enjoyed that video, smash the like button. Let me know what you thought in the comments below. If you're new around here, do get subscribed for weekly full-on content. I'll see you guys next time. Hope you enjoy the rest of your day. I'll see you guys next time. Goodbye.